Rebels and the Miami Hurricanes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
The Hurricanes head coach told me before the game, he understands the SEC is a line of scrimmage league. That's why he is really trying to prove that the ACC can battle with them in the trenches. He said this will be a huge matchup to test his team, and he'll have to be very good on the play calls. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Rebels ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Throwing, Mensah. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
To the air on second down. Right down the middle. Makes the grab, it's Brown. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And how about this running back, man? Coming into the game, we knew he would be a focal point of this offense, but through the air, like not on the ground right now. They're finding ways to get him the football out in space to do some damage, and right now, it's all through the air.
To the air on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
It'll be third and long. Mensah fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Running inside, it's Brown. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Back to pass. Fires quickly. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, on that third down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after the catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up fourth.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Miami.
And they talked about it coming into this game, guys. They were going to be aggressive. They had an opportunity. Could have kicked the field goal? Absolutely not. Hammered down. They stay aggressive, and they strike first in this football game.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Catches it inside his 20, chance to really gain some ground. Gets it almost to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 29, and a solid return there. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Lacy. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
And that's the beauty of playing zone coverage, man. Everybody has vision on the quarterback. So when he drops to throw and that ball comes out, you should...
Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10?
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Uncorks one to the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him, just stay within the offense, take what the defense gives you, don't be too aggressive.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Running to the left. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Keeps it on first down. Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Running wide open down the gut of the field. The 20. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Easy.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
The play action fake. Zings it complete to the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. He's got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
The Hurricanes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. First and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run, or do they go to the passing game?
Off the play fake. Under fire. Firing to the right, complete. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Trying to punch it in. And they're able to get him down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board.
Looking for daylight from inside his 20. He stopped right at the 35, almost found a little room for a big return, but they get him on the ground right there. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to take off. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wants to throw it again. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lacey. Might have a chance. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Mensah to throw. Here's a hit. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Looking for a huge play. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Ole Miss calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on first down. Working on the right. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Cotton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On the direct snap. It's Fletcher. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 25. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. He'll start this third quarter with a run. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground with the running back. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with the mechanics. And you could tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
Oh, they're after him! And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got it. Got a lot of room to the right. He is in. Touchdown, Rebels.
And how about the tight end showing off the athletic ability? Does a great job in the blocking game. Now, when you need to make a big play in the passing game, you just turn him loose, throw him the football, and he can make big plays like he did right here.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Got a man, it's Vaughn. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Canes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Throwing, Mensah. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. And the Canes with the first and 10.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second.
Goes high to pull it in. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Escapes the pressure going right. Got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by... He's got it in more than enough for a first down. Touchdown, Hurricane! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. Mensah. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. On the run from inside his 25. Gets it just across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's where the return is stopped. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The run inside. It's Lacy. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. They give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge third down. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Taking it the other way. Inside the... And with the pick six. Touchdown, Canes.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
How about this? A two-point conversion coming. Sends it back in motion. Here's Darian Mensa to throw. Got his man on the outside. He's not going to make it. Still a one-point game here in the fourth. They had hoped to push this edge out to a field goal. So Miami signals for a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Number 22, set to advance on the play.
Grabs it inside his 25, and here he comes. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
The corner route will always be one of those staple routes versus zone. So if you see zone, it's a great job by the wide receiver pushing vertically. You see him threaten that safety, and then you break off to the sideline where it's really hard for that corner to get back in the play.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Sets up the screen. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
And the Rebels are flying down the field. Running inside, it's Lacey.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Rides to the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
And the Rebels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make.
Touchdown, Rebels! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. The Rebels surge back on top.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Pass is incomplete. They can't convert the 2, and the lead stays at 5.
27, Miami. 22. Number 17. Set to kick off.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Now the play fake. He wants a big play here late. Bennett slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Here's Mensah to throw. Got it. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Puts it out of the air. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the 1st down marker. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Throwing, Mensah. And wings it incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I gotta have it?
They are running out of time and very little choice. Down 5 late, they'll go for it on 4th down. On the snap, it's Fletcher. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
And the Hurricanes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Finds space on the right. Makes the catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Mensah looking for the score. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
He'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Miami. They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Hurricanes back on top.
Now, you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 2 here in the 4th. Boy, they hope that one doesn't come back to bite them. A kickoff out of bounds right after you've taken the lead here in the 4th quarter, and all they need is a field goal to go back on top. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's